9 of the Undercover Policing Inquiry, Tranche 2, Phase 2. I'm joined with Claire Hildreth. Turns out that video we did at lunchtime, the sound didn't work, which was very irritating. But yeah, we've been listening to more of the evidence of Jessica. What did you make of what she's been saying?
Yeah, it's not nice to hear, is it?
It's horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot about kind of, you know, her time when she was in France and was still in a long-term relationship with Andy Coles. And just how unpleasant he was really with her, you know, kind of as part of all that, kind of telling her he wasn't getting enough sex, so you know he wanted to have sex with other women and all this sort of stuff, and then
manipulative, I think.
Yeah, definitely very manipulative.
Just a bit more creepiness coming out.
Just
showing a, you know, the picture that's being painted of him isn't. It's not getting any better, is it?
It's really not any better, no, totally. I mean, because the video at lunchtime didn't work. I mean, just to recap what we talked about then. Like really, the whole sort of there's so much about him that's really, really distasteful. I mean, this whole thing of him kind of coming around to her house and invited all the time late at night, and then like forcing himself on her. And others, yeah. And we heard this about Andrew McGann.
Andrew McGann,
who now sadly passed away. But basically the same thing to her, and there were stories of other ones the same, similar.
I think twice to her.
Twice to her, yeah. Like in bed with her or something.
Yeah, I think she had needed somewhere to stay because she was leaving London, and he took advantage of that. I mean, it's like not taking no for an answer. It's his sort of modus operandi, I think. It really seems like he had like a method of like turning up very late at single women's homes, and then like inviting himself in, and then just like lunging at them and trying to kiss them. Really, really gross. Really unpleasant. I mean, basically, it seemed like Jessica was like she had this opportunity to go to France. It's a job she really wanted to do, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you should go for a year." And then they had this back and forth over of letters and phone calls where he just made the thing very unpleasant. And then after she came back, she met someone else. And it was like, "Oh gosh, I've actually got a spark with this person," and she sort of realised, she understood what it was like to be, I think, in a relationship that was
a real one.
So that was quite telling.
Yeah, very telling. I mean, like, we should stress, she was 19, he was 32 when they met, and I mean, it was her first
huge age gap, isn't it? It's 13 years, and she's a young 19 at the time as well.
It's totally gross. I mean, it's but like, it was just, that was her first serious relationship, or her first actual relationship.
That's right.
And that he was obviously manipulating her in so many different ways. But then when she met someone else, so it was an amicable split. He obviously didn't want to lose the contact that he had for his reports.
It would be useful to him to continue that, and then as a way into other people, and to come round and to the house. So you could see that, couldn't you?
Oh, very much, very much. I mean, you really got this impression that that he didn't have that many contacts, and that
or friends
of any sort, right? And that Jessica was really key to him having that.
I think so.
We heard this morning about how this one ALF style action that she had done with him, this raid on a chicken farm, and it was like you kind of got the impression that his reports kind of claimed that she was an ALF activist based on this one event that he'd taken her to.
There's no other evidence. It's something that he organised and seemed to encourage her to attend. Take a photograph.
Take a photograph of her doing it.
So it's
I mean, it's something which, I said this on the video that the sound went, but it seems like this is like 5 years after Bob Lambert had set up an ALF cell and got 3 other people into doing these firebombing attacks, incendiary device attacks on Debenhams. And it's like, it seems that this is like an SDS tactic. Get people involved in a little conspiracy with you, and then you'll be trusted, you'll be a part of the scene, and this really seems to be the way in which, post Bob Lambert, that's what the SDS are going to start doing.
Maybe he's encouraging that. That's part of his training. It sounds like it might be.
It sounds very much like it might be. I mean, in the same way that, there's 2 ways of looking at the fact that these much older men were targeting teenage girls for their relationships, or very young women for their relationships. And it's like that's part of the targeting, the training, or maybe it's just these really gross men kind of like, oh well, Bob
taking advantage of the situation. And also like, Bob did it, so I can do it.
And I want to do it. Like, oh, Bob got one, Diane's got one. I want a teenage girlfriend.
But like not being able to have the people skills to actually
have the proper relationship.
Yeah, not really be able to like kind of love bomb them in any way.
No, he didn't have that. Well, that thing of making them feel like really special, which some of them did with people that were friends.
Yeah.
He didn't have that. I don't think. I think that's his true personality, isn't?
Yeah, he just didn't have it.
It's not a very nice one.
No, it's really, really unpleasant. He comes across as incredibly unpleasant.
Yeah, and we haven't seen him even seen it yet. It's not. It's not looking great for him.
It's really looking really bad for him. I mean, I've never the pen portrait that's been portrayed of him is just an incredibly gross character.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he will be here on Wednesday and he'll be giving evidence for 3 days. So God knows what that's going to be like. I mean, what the hell is he going to say?
Yeah, that's going to be really interesting to find out.
But he's still denying it.
Denying all of it.
All of it, yeah.
And it's the women that wanted him.
To
push themselves on him, not like the other way around. Which is the facts of the matter.
I mean, really. I mean, but also, I mean, it reads like he's been told that what happened, and he's just done the reverse.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm not. You are.
Yeah, that was them.
Yeah. And just the most basic.
I was so sexy. They were all throwing themselves at me.
Just for God's sake, do you know what I mean?
No, just no.
No, I mean, just even looking at photos of him, that's not going to be the case, is it? Do you know what I mean? No, it was really, he's come across as really, really badly in all of this, as he was obviously going to. But I think Jessica's doing a really good job.
Yeah, she's doing really well.
We saw a lot of the letters she sent back where she's obviously really angry with him. He kind of suggested seeing other people, and she's like writing to a friend of hers. We saw copies of that where he's like, he can just fuck off, And
they're kind of like very young, what a young person would write to a close friend, though, aren't they?
Yeah, totally.
And I think she wouldn't have written stuff like that a few years later.
No, God, no.
It's very, and it's just a kind of jokey.
Yeah, very.
There's the anger there.
Yeah. But they're very real.
Yeah, they are really real. Yeah.
I mean, like when earlier on she was saying, she was quite naive when she was young. She called herself a young 19-year-old, and that she cringes when she looks back about how she talked.
She said that. Yeah.
I mean, I think I would as well.
I think we were all like that. We just don't have the letters.
Yeah. That's being young, right? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's how the way it goes. So. But I mean, I think she's very credible. She doesn't dress up anything. She doesn't try and make out that she was clever or understood more than she did at the time.
That's really true. Yeah.
And I mean, I think that's really important. I mean, I think she does herself down a bit too much.
Yeah.
She calls herself stupid, and it's like she's not stupid. She's just young. You know what I mean? I think there is a difference.
She was one of the youngest, wasn't she?
Yeah, very.
Targets, I think. If you like.
Yeah. I mean, this morning there was some photos shown of her. We talked about this earlier, but obviously that's the sound. And it wasn't just that she was 19, but she was a very young-looking 19.
Yeah, she looked really young. She looked younger.
Yeah, much younger, like 15 or something. Yeah. And that makes it even more gross, right? I mean, it's just.
Think so, yeah.
It's just. I mean, he's 32.
Married, older man.
Yeah. It's just
makes it more creepy.
Yeah, it's really, really creepy.
As if it needed to be any more creepy.
Yeah, it really didn't need it. Really didn't need it. We're going on a short break. Is there anything else you want to add?
I don't think so.
No? Well, thanks for joining us. Sorry about the sound going on the earlier one. Infuriating. But I'll do another video at the end. If I can get the sound working on the microphone for this afternoon's one, I'll do another video. If not, I don't know what I'll do. But are you sticking around at all, or are you headed away again?
I'm getting train later on.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Not too late.
So, cool. So maybe we'll join us afterwards. For another one. Yeah, fantastic. All right, cheers for joining. See you later. Bye. Oh, cheers for that.